Welcome once again on this 10th day of May 2024, and of course it is a day where we witness the nation going through the process of National Population and Housing Census, which is of 2024. It kicked off last night, and of course President Yoweri Museveni and the First Lady spread time to answer some of the questions on census. We will be engaging in a lot of things. We will have a dialogue, and then as well we will have a lot of domination on the area of the National Population Census. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and this is News Tonight as we head straight into the bulletin. Now, as the National Population and Housing Census 2024 kicked off, President Museveni and the First Lady Janet Museveni spared time to answer some of the census questions at their household. The Executive Director, also National Census Commissioner, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Chris Ndatira Mukiza, oversaw the enumeration exercise at State Lodge Nakasero.
President was very cooperative, gave us all answers to the questions we put before them, and we are very happy that you have concluded the exercise successfully.
Now, the other issue I raised with them was the issue of finding out Ugandans who have got shares in companies. Otherwise, the whole thing is very comprehensive. That's why I've spent almost like 2 hours here. So I congratulate Dr. Mukiza and his team. I think if this is what they are doing everywhere, then things are moving. And all of you cooperate with them. I hear there are some groups who say they don't want to be enumerated. Stop that, because you are when Uncle will say, okuchumbagiza. You make us, you interfere with our work, because this information would be used for planning to get solutions to your problems, social, economic, health, medical, because they were even asking medical questions about eyesight, about hearing, about very useful. So I thank the team. Thank you so much. And I hope you will all cooperate with them.
Now, the Prime Minister, Robinah Nabbanja, has emphasized the need for all Ugandans to participate in the National Population and Housing Census. Nabbanja was enumerated at her home at Kinena Town Council in Kakumiro District by a team led by Dr. Alan Kabajenyi, a board member of the Uganda National Bureau of Statistics.
This model. We have been, giving a flat figure of 100 million per parish. But now we shall know how many homesteads are in a parish, in which area. And like that, we are going to plan better and know how to serve our people in a given locality. There are areas with few people, which are sparsely populated, but there are areas which are densely populated. And this is going to help us to this discrepancy to be solved. Then lastly, it is going to help us to know the status of our development. We shall know whether Uganda has now moved from the backward or from the least developed countries to middle income status. This data is going to help us know that.
Government sends things to the communities, find they are not enough. I think because they have been relying on the data which they got those days 10 years back. But we hope with this data which they will get. The lady was telling me that they will go an extra mile to ask on how the children feed, maybe to rule out malnutrition, how many boys you have, how many girls you have, how many children you have, maybe to rule out the fertility rate of that area. Maybe which income generation activities do you have, to find out all those problems, such that this one will help them.
To note that we've had a very successful interview and the enumeration process has begun countrywide, and we wish to note from the Uganda Bureau of Statistics that a lot is going on, and we are very appreciative of the government of Uganda. So I would like to urge Ugandans right about now, please embrace this exercise. It started last night. A number of you, or some of you who are on the move, were counted wherever you are. But most importantly, the special population that we refer to as like the floating population.
Now, the Vice President, Major Jessica Alupo, and her family have today completed the enumeration exercise in her village of Oigo, Emomwa Ogongoja sub-county in Katakwi district. Speaking to the media shortly after the enumeration exercise, the Vice President said census figures play a critical role in guiding planning, policy formulation and program implementation, as well as monitoring development progress in line with the national goals and objectives.
First of all, let me thank the enumerators. Let me thank the officers who have come from the center up to the village here, and also the enumerators here at the local level who have taken my family and I through the enumeration exercise. The enumeration exercise has been successful and, in my view, very interesting. There has always been an enumeration exercise in Uganda, but this is the first time I participate fully by responding to questions directly. Before that, my parents have always responded to questions about me to the enumerators. The exercise of the 2024 census is very vital and crucial, especially because of the questions which are asked relating to the livelihood of a person as an individual, but also people in the family as a community. It is crucial because it empowers government to create data which gives government feedback on the achievements so far made by a number of programs of government which are directed to the transformation of the grassroots and all the people of Uganda. But also the exercise is very crucial because it gives government data which is very accurate, as people themselves are the ones speaking. It gives government data on how to plan for the age groups of the people who are in Uganda, but most importantly, how to allocate resources to areas which are crucial in line with the feedback from the population themselves during this exercise of the 2024 census. Having successfully gone through the 2024 census exercise here in my village, in Aketa, Oigoimomwa, in Ongongoja, I would like to call upon all the people of Uganda, and specifically the people of Teso, to embrace this exercise, because it's a very important exercise which will help government to plan for them. It will also help the people to inform government on what is happening in every family, in every village, in as far as this transformation of our country is concerned. The exercise is free, the exercise is easy, the exercise is very interesting. So I would like to call upon all the people who have doubt about the exercise to spare time and respond to a few questions which are asked by enumerators, so that we as government have accurate data which we can use to plan very well for all the segments of the population and the much needed services that we need to discharge to the people of Uganda.
And of course, that was Vice President Major Jessica Alupo there after the enumeration exercise, speaking to Ugandans, encouraging them to participate in this exercise. And of course, when we see leaders stepping up to take part in this, it shows that we should do the same. Now, all the way from Katakwi, we head to where Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kashaija, urged the general public to embrace the National Housing and Population Census 2024 in order for government to properly plan for its people. Kashaija communicated this at his residence in Kampala, where he was enumerated.
As of now, Uganda is estimated to have a population of over 46 million people, as per the population census that was conducted in 2014. With the need to know the population of the country and to deliver service to known population, Uganda Bureau of Statistics is conducting the National Population and Housing Census 2024. Among those who embarked on the exercise was the Minister for Finance, Matia Kashaija, who was enumerated at his residence in Mengo, Kampala.
Depending on the age, there were so many questions on children regarding their education, regarding their immunization. And if a household doesn't have those people living there, so those questions will not be asked. Information on reproductive health, how many children a woman has had, and other reproductive health issues like current pregnancy status, and then also deaths in the household. So if these things, these occurrences haven't happened to the household, or there are no females in the household, then you skip these questions.
Ask the Honorable Minister that we label the household so that we mark the household. Anyone who will pass will know that this household has been enumerated.
After going through the exercise, Minister Kashaija had this to say.
This exercise is very serious, is very fundamental in planning for the economy of this country. As a citizen or a resident in Uganda, give information as requested for in a manner that actually that you know, don't tell lies. As I said, I repeat this.
Minister Kashaija is optimistic that the outcome of this census will go a long way in aiding government to plan better for its citizens.
We do not know what type of people are living in the country, how are they living, how are they surviving. It will become very difficult to plan. But if we get those statistics, then they give us the way on how to plan to make Uganda a great country, and the people of Uganda healthier and even having a lot of money in their pockets.
The National Population and Housing Census 2024 will run from 10th May to Sunday 19th May 2024. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now, the Bishop of Namirembe Diocese, Right Reverend Moses Banja, has expressed the need to increase the number of enumerators who are carrying out the counting exercise. Bishop Banja based his concerns on the number of questions asked by the enumerators and the time taken for one to respond to the numerous questions. This was during the enumeration exercise at his home in Namirembe, Kampala. Let's hear more.
Thursday night kick-started the long-awaited National Population and Housing Census of 2024. The Bishop of Namirembe Diocese, the Right Reverend Moses Banja, also embraced the exercise. After ongoing through the exercise, Bishop Moses Banja expressed concern over the enumerator population ratio.
We've almost taken an hour asking many questions, but for our own good. So I want to encourage Ugandans to bring all the information required, and when you bring the required information, it helps the government to know how they are going to distribute resources to its population.
Banja, however, did not hesitate to call upon Christians and all Ugandans to embrace the exercise.
They want to know the number of people we have in this nation, so that they can prepare resources for this nation and also other needs accordingly. And for us as believers in the Anglican Church, or Church of Uganda Anglican, when you go there, they will ask you your religion. Make sure you tell them you are Church of Uganda, and they will write that. Don't say born again. Born again is that you will accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, which is also in the Church of Uganda.
Also enumerated Friday was the household of Archbishop of Church of Uganda, Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu. Archbishop Kazimba Mugalu is on official duty abroad, and the enumerators were received at his home by Mrs. Margaret Kazimba. Addressing the media after the enumeration exercise, Mrs. Kazimba expressed the importance of the population census to the country, calling upon the general public to take part.
Era ebibuuzibwa bye bya bulijjo, tebitiisa nga wale batiisagana mu mbeera zonna. Tebitiisa bye bya bulijjo, era ky'olina ky'oyogera. Toyogere ky'otalina. Kale twebaza Katonda olw'obuweereza buno, era tubusabire bugende mu maaso buggwe bulungi. Buli kintu kirina ekiseera kyakyo. Kino ekiseera ekiriwo n'ekikolebwa kye kino. Mukama abakozese.
The enumeration exercise at Archbishop Kazimba's home was led by Pamela Kansime, the Director of Legal Services at Wobos.
This is our first digital census in Uganda, and indeed in some parts that logging in has been a problem, but we have digital information officers in every district who are supporting the enumerators and their supervisors, and much as it may slow down the first day, the other days will be much faster. And even if the logins are not working now at the beginning, the details or the ones I have mentioned, the digital.
Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now, the 2024 National Population and Housing Census Reference Night was greatly welcomed by the masses. The categories of people in transit and the homeless embraced the exercise as per the enumerators, despite some politicizing the activity.
So this is the opportunity to use this opportunity.
According to Uganda Bureau of Statistics, the much anticipated 2024 National Census was to start with a reference night. By 11 p.m. Thursday night, we had our backpacks to hit the road, where we expected to witness those in transit, particularly trucker drivers, counted. Despite the allocated time to start the exercise, in Namamve along Ginger Road, where we had earlier on camped, the enumerators began relatively late as they delayed at the pickup center in Ibulindo.
Tusanze ku kkubo kubanga tetujja kufuna mukisa kubasanga waka. Tubaba daddala ab'omulimu guno ogw'okuvuga trailer. Yensonga lwaki tetuyimiriza wa taxi naye ate tuyimiza gwe kubanga oyinza okuba nga oli ku lugendo luwanvu nnyo ne tutafuna mukisa gwa kusanga waka. Era abo nabo tujja basanga we banaayimirira. Kakati tetugenda kola road block.
Our coverage started at Nakawa, Boyogerere, advanced to Seta Mukono, then Busega to assess the night's floating population. At Namanve, the enumerators woke the already sleeping drivers and took them through the Q&As.
We are from Census, Togala Kubalako.
Kira Municipality Census Commissioner Rachel Namboze shares the night's experience.
We thought we would find resistance. We've not found it. Actually, people are very eager to have us. That they have already been interested in the exercise.
Driving through Wandegya to Busega was smooth, with no roadblocks staged. The census official, Peace Deborah, wasn't hesitant to state that the night's turn-up was good.
The exercise so far has been very successful. We have been able to enumerate truck drivers, taxi drivers, people in transit. We've been able to work on the other floating population. Quote in quotes, they call them the NECOs, being able to enumerate border riders who actually sleep on the street. They do not have homes.
However, she cited the issue of some people politicizing the activity.
Those people thinking that this is something political, there are those who have made those sentiments there, and it takes a lot more time explaining to them that this has nothing to do with politics.
Officials from Wubos shared hiccups of the night's operations.
We found challenges. One, our security was not so big. We had expected that we get enumerators moving with at least a security guard, an armed security guard.
The exercise, however, left the private security guards wondering why they weren't considered for the reference night.
For me, I always get time at night. At daytime, I don't have time. So, I'm also Uganda by nationality, so I need to be counted.
The floating population exercise catered for truck drivers, sex workers, and the homeless categories of people. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC News.
The National Population and Housing Census exercise has kicked off as planned in areas of Katwe, a Kampala suburb, despite public complying and staying home following government's declaration of the 10th May as a public holiday. Enumerators dispatched to the area claimed they found difficulties of logging into the system and hence the delay in the exercise.
This is Katwe Chinyoro, a slum area in Kampala's Makinde division, where Uganda Bureau of Statistics enumerators were expected to have commenced enumeration exercise in the morning of 10th May, but by midday residents had not yet been counted. Some residents preferred to occupy themselves in activities near their homes to earn something for a day. A group of women UBC found preparing grasshoppers said they were ready to be enumerated as and when enumerators reached them. Their male counterparts, however, said they had not had a glimpse of a single enumerator.
Katubera katunalyachi tawali era tulina okongola nsenene tufunezo okulya nja kuddamu nyinza kuddamu mu Luganda kuba oluzungu tatwasoma nnyo.
But of course I'm waiting for that people come and counting the other people. So today I'm not going to my work. I'm waiting for that 30 peoples.
No one have seen it in my area to register someone or census to anyone. But I don't know. And as right now, I'm still waiting. There is someone to registration.
One of them claims to have seen some enumerators complaining about faulty machines for the exercise.
Sigeze ku mulimu nsibye wakanga anize bampandiike
naye abaami abawandiika bazze ne bagamba nti mashini ziganye katuddeeka twandibadde kituwaliriza okubawandiika ne sente zennyini zitwakkaanyizza tebazikakasizza.
Ubos enumerators around Katwe and Kavule went to the field early morning to start work, but to their disappointment they could not log into the system to access the questionnaires.
I was supposed to enumerate the entire village, but we got stuck with the copies. The problem comes from Ubos. They gave us these copies minus updating them. So we are facing an update thing.
Back to our training grounds in order to be able to update our system so that we can be enrolled. After our systems start working, then we can go back and start enumerating.
The one that contains the questionnaires is the one that is having problems, because right now we cannot log into our accounts to access the questionnaires so that we can begin the exercise.
According to enumerators, the system has a provision for a person above 17 years to give information on behalf of one absent.
Knowledgeable about that household, that entire household, and is knowledgeable of people who slept on the 9th can also give you the details.
Efforts to talk to local leaders were futile. It is hoped that the next days of the enumeration exercise will be devoid of technical glitches as has been experienced on the first day. I'm Navka Farida and Stephen Kalisia in Kampala.
Now over to Uganda Prison Services, where it has successfully kicked off the National Population and Housing Census in 269 prisons in 19 regions countrywide. In this report, our UBC team visited Luzira Maximum Security Upper Prison and Luzira Women's Prison to ascertain how the ongoing National Housing and Population Census exercise is carried out in the prisons.
At Luzira Maximum Security Prison, it was business as usual as prison authorities allowed prison service enumerators to physically conduct the census with inmates.
My view on census, it's good to be counted. Hopefully the government will plan well for its citizens.
I've been here for 14 years in imprisonment, and I'm happy that today they have been counted as a citizen of Uganda.
In the previous census, the enumerators conducted the census exercises at Luzira Maximum Security Prison as it is today.
We have received a good reception from the officer in charge. We found when the master parade was going on, we had a brief of the staff and they guided us to the wards, and we had also been organized a place here where we can receive the inmates.
The census exercise in prison is unique. Inmates are not asked similar questions like those of households.
Our enumerators are already on ground. All prisoners must be enumerated today because tomorrow Saturday, some who would have finished, who would have completed their sentences may be released.
Day one exercise at Luzira Maximum Prison was given first to the inmates, especially those who have served their sentences.
About 200,000 people. So we have started today. So far, so good. As you can see us here at Luzira Women and Upper. We hope maybe in the next 2-3 days we should be able to wind up with the prisoners. Then we shall go to the barracks, and we also conduct the same enumeration exercise. And so far, everything is on course. We have not got any challenge. The reports we are getting even from up country.
Luzira Maximum Security Prison has 3,268 inmates, of whom 720 are women, while 40 are children. Senior Commissioner of Uganda Prison Service and overall coordinator of Prison Census, Frank Baine, said the exercise is a success in all prisons countrywide. Uganda has 269 prisons in 19 regions with a total of 77,000 inmates. The census exercise will continue in the prisons from the 10th until the 19th of May 2024. Brian Tumwenebyarruhanga, Haruna Mutesa Asira, UBC News.
At the Uganda-Kenya border, commencement of the Census Night was successfully conducted. The Census Night had several segments like truck drivers, institutions, hospitals, prisons, and floating population like those traveling in buses, among others. Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS officials say that the exercise was successful as all people were willing to give information.
Michael Chiwika, the RDC Busia district, says that the exercise for Census Night has been successful, with all the enumerators and supervisors being available in time and tablets were functional. He added that even some people who were in the country at that time were very cooperative and willing to give information, which will help Uganda to have proper planning system for effective service delivery.
The exercise was a success. The enumerators were there in the night. They conducted very, very excellent work. Even the people that we wanted to enumerate were very cooperative. Most of them were very cooperative. And this one now makes our work very simple. So I want to call upon everybody today, now that the exercise has fully commenced on this public holiday. I want to ask ourselves to be very, very cooperative with the enumerators, with the people guiding them. Let us open our enclosures, the gates we should open. Let us keep the dogs inside, because there are people who may want to release them during the day and they scare the enumerators. Let us keep them. We shall use them in the night.
Kenneth Kebu, a bus driver with Trinity Expresses from Nairobi to Kampala via Busia, praised the government of Uganda for the census exercise, saying this will help Uganda to plan properly for people.
Because it helps the nation. It is a good thing. Name for it. It helps the nation and it helps even as individual to know how many we are in Uganda.
Ibrahim Saubu, truck driver, also thanked the government of Uganda and said the counting exercise would help if the roads are constructed properly. Baraza George, chairman for LC1 for Nangwe Shops Village in Eastern Division in Busia Municipality, who also doubles as the chairperson for all LCs in Busia Municipality, encouraged communities to cooperate and be at home for counting.
Kubanga government tusobola kutegeka nga temanyi bantu baayo. Kyova nkubikiriza na buli Busia nga ffe abali ku boda tukirize bantu bali.
However, he expressed his concern about the district authorities for not reaching them.
Dala wano mu Busia Municipal Council Western Division njagala kutegeeza nti tubulayo amasawa busawa exercise etandike naye tetunaba kufunako muntu yenna okuva ku district ku Busia Municipal Council nabona bagenda okukola emirimu nga baze ku byalo okwegatta kuba chairperson okubabuuliriza weneebuuliza nti kati bagenda kukola ne baani ate nga ba LC benanyini byalo benanyini bantu bebamanya amayumba g'abantu n'ebintu bye bagenda okubala nandibadde nsaba nti obudde obusigadde buno obutono buno bweba nti nkola nnungi lwajje bakwatagane n'aba LC balabe nti exercise eno etambula bulungi.
And in the morning, the enumeration exercise started successfully and they managed to reach the residence of the RDC Busia, Kibuika, Michael, where enumerators started with, and he had this to say after enumeration exercise.
One thing that I've realized is that it is very simple information that these people require from us, but very, very useful. Very useful in a sense that it is going to be a base for government to plan for the citizens. I am happy right now because I've been counted. My name has entered the good books of government. So any service that comes in Busia, I am a beneficiary because I am going to be planned for.
Now, Muslims in Banda and Nakawa in general have been challenged to fully embrace the ongoing census exercise, since the significance of census is well enshrined and encouraged in the holy teachings of Prophet Muhammad. This was during today's Jummah prayers at Masjid Abu Bakr Mosque in Banda, Nakawa, led by Nakawa Deputy RSCC Sheikh Dr. Kasim Kamgisha and assisted by the mosque Imam Sheikh Idris Bugembe.
Population census, ihsa'u rasmi lisukan, counting people officially by a nation. And in Islam, it was done by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his time to establish the strength of his able-bodied men for defensive purposes. The second Caliph of the Islamic Caliphate, Umar ibn Khattab, carried out the first official formal census, and he was to determine how he can ably distribute the wealth which had accumulated in the treasury equally and fairly to everybody. I ask every Muslim brother and sister outside to open their gates to allow the people of their families to be counted, so that the country can get enough population numbers and able to plan for each and everybody demographically.
Like the way she was explaining, we were changing from analog to digital. These are our digital gadgets. So here in Nabsusa, we had some corrections to make with our gadgets. So probably tomorrow everything will be okay and we shall be set.
The National Housing and Population Census still in institutions of higher learning has been conducted smoothly, with students complying with the enumerators. However, there were delays with challenges of logging into their services.
As the National Housing and Population Census started, enumerators came in early to conduct the exercise in institutions of higher learning. Compliance was cited as students welcomed the enumerators.
Everyone is around, everyone is there, and then they are really responding very well. So far, the people have enumerated. There have been good respondents. There are no problems. We have not had any difficulties.
However, the activity that was slated to start Friday morning was delayed by technical challenges.
Morning, the system was really down and we could not access the coordinates. Then the delays in receiving the equipment, for example, the reflectors.
So this side, some people, they are trying their figuring, and you know the internet, UBOS has tried its own. Okay, they have tried their level best to provide, but what we have discovered that since yesterday the server was down, we tried to figure it in the system, put in login details, they failed, but at least at the end of today we've managed to enter into the system and people are capturing real data. So by the end of today we expect to be covering at least 2 hostels.
Amidst these challenges, the digitalized system has improved the activity.
More data loss everything is okay. There's nothing like writing. It's just like a click of the copy, and everything is good. The power battery is so good. Thanks again. They even give us power banks. So there's nothing like you're cut out of information. The copy went off before you say you send that data. So I think by the end of the census, we shall be having accurate information 100%.
The National Housing and Population Census is to be conducted over a period of 10 days. Lydia Chomkama and Rogers Komagum, UBC News.
We will be returning with more news on a census as it unfolds. Let's take a short break and return.
The Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, is wholly owned by the government of Uganda and was established to safeguard and promote Uganda's commercial interests in the petroleum sector. UNOC has two subsidiaries, the Uganda Refinery Holding Company, URHC, which will hold a 40% stake in the 60,000 barrel per day refinery and manage the development of Kabalega Industrial Park, and the National Pipeline Company Limited, NPC, in charge of pipelines, storage, and downstream business ventures. This subsidiary holds 15% interest in the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, EACOP. EACOP is a 1,445-kilometer long pipeline that will transport crude oil through 10 districts in Uganda to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. UNOC is also actively engaged in crude oil exploration, development, and production activities, and its participation role includes a 15% stake in the Tilenga, Nwoya, and Bulisa, and Kingfisher development projects, Chikure. UNOC also holds the exploration license for Kasuruban Block in Hoima, Bulisa, and Masindi. UNOC currently owns and manages the Ginger Storage Terminal and will build a 320 million litre capacity terminal in MPG called the Kampala Storage Terminal. At UNOC, we're harnessing the potential of Uganda's petroleum resources, forging a sustainable future and preserving the natural beauty of Uganda. UNOC, your partner in Uganda's oil and gas industry.
MTN Mama Kutusako Pussy live in concert Kujahazi PM Nyonyo Mo hip hop kunarubale Kurokanga 18 Mei 2024 Ena fefe Pussy weekend Kama goma rapo na nyini freestyle Jagola mwana wakulu kutebika munganiga sasa liva muchamba Misana na chinonga tuli marapu melele Kokinga mtuale bidi Vyebye mtuale tano Emeza kakande Emeza vibye milioni satu Downloading MTN Momo app osaliwe kebitula 5 kubuli 10 ku tiketi woguli ko MTN Momo tiketi egula mtwalo gumo ate VIP ebiri kitundu tulina ne boat cruise Bitedwa mu sente MC MTN Momo give establishment the angry management.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with baby Junior jelly.
Though dried their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior's the skin. No more worries anymore. Baby Junior. Baby Junior.
Fellow countrymen and women, especially the Bazukuru, as we work towards realizing Uganda's Vision 2040, it is important that we plan based on accurate information about our people and our resources. I therefore would like to announce the 6th National Population and Housing Census that will start on the 10th of May 2024. The information from the National Population and Housing Census will support government, the private sector, cultural and religious institutions, civil society, and development partners in service delivery. It will also provide the basis for planning the provision of social services such as education, health, and transport, among many others, at the national and local levels. When data collectors or enumerators come to your home during the census, please avail yourselves and provide them with honest answers to their questions. This is in order to enable them to process the most accurate information about you, your household, institutions, and community. I therefore call upon all political, cultural, and religious leaders, private sector players, civil society, the media, and the institutions of the government to support this key national program. The successful execution of this census will influence the well-being of all Ugandans and progress the country towards the desired socio-economic transformation. I wish you all a successful census for God and my country.
Uganda's biggest tourism and travel trade show of the year is here again. The 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate 2024 under the theme Responsible Tourism will be taking place at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo from the 23rd to the 25th of May 2024. It's your chance to connect with tourism and travel professionals from across the globe. Discover travel holiday deals, packages, and so much more. Visit www.poate.co.ug to register and be part of the event. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board.
Welcome back from that short break, and of course we're still delving and exhausting the census progress. And as we move ahead, the National Social Security Fund is committing more resources to train and fund women-owned enterprises. In the last 4 years, NSSF and partners under the High Innovator program have invested 18 billion Ugandan shillings in over 242 businesses. In another development, Absa Bank and DHL have signed a memorandum of understanding with an aim to facilitate the growth of Uganda's small and medium enterprises.
Over 11,305 female entrepreneurs have benefited from the National Social Security Fund's High Innovator program, an initiative that provides seed funding and entrepreneurship training to small and growing businesses. This cohort of 38 women entrepreneurs are walking away with 75 million Uganda shillings each after a successful pitching exercise.
That we have proved, and the statistics are there. 52% of the entrepreneurs in Uganda are women, but they're not being given a chance. This has proved that women can perform when it comes to entrepreneurship. We just need to give them the platform to show themselves and just actually perform.
However, the selected businesses will access the funds after a thorough evaluation and due diligence process.
This partnership you have just signed between ourselves and DHL looks at two aspects. One, there is the banking aspects and the need for financing. And as you know clearly, that one of the key pain points of SMEs is securing financing, how to access financing. And these engagements help us to explain to SMEs, to make them understand that it is not as difficult as they think to access financing.
In Uganda, DHL has the core business we do, which is shipping We also have the ESG, which is our soft spot where we give back to the community we find ourselves. This activity today relates to our Go Trade product, where we're trying to support SMEs and help them to get into a bigger market and be able to make more money for themselves.
DHL is a global logistics company, whereas Absa Bank is multinational banking and financial services conglomerate based in South Africa. Marion Awori for UBC Business.
We've hit refresh with Castle Light. A premium new look. With the shiny silver label. An innovative cold indicator. A premium green neck label for a crisp and easy drinking beer. Fresh new look. Experience the fresh Newcastle Light.
Gear up, grab your running shoes and join the race for life. Run 42, 21 or 5 kilometers to equip Kisoro Hospital's very first ICU. Then, after the finish line, groove all night at the ultimate dance showdown with DJs and performers from Uganda and Kigali. Secure your sport at virungamountainmarathon.org and be a part of history. Save the date, June 1st, 2024 at Shaza Ground, Kisoro Town. Race for a cause. Run for life.
Welcome back as we turn into the world of sports. PAC FC have made history after becoming the first Fusto side in Uganda to go the whole season unbeaten. The Rangers beat Kisugu FC by 10 goals to 3 on their final match day of the Bet Power Super League. Let's hear more from Masha Miro.
PAC FC have gone the whole league unbeaten, having played 22 games, winning 20 and drawing 2, with 62 points at the top of the table and a superior goal difference of 71. Coach Sula Matovu is happy with the progress of the team, having attained invincible status this term, and spoke after his side beat Kisugu in the final match by 10 goals to 3 inside the old Kampala Futsal Arena.
To me, to my head coach, Alex Segawa, to all the directors, CEO, all the players, I mean, it's a pleasure. We're happy. We've achieved our targets. We took the trophy, and I mean, the unbeaten run. I mean, we are happy. We are happy. That's all I can say. We are happy. We already set another target. We want the treble. So we are eyeing for the treble. Come June, it's in June, I think. Yeah, come June, we're going to win it.
In the other game, Derek Mubiru scored the winning goal on Thursday night as Mengo City FC beat Kaboa Dream Team by 7 goals to 6. The defender hailed his teammates for an incredible final performance of the season.
We're so happy to end the season in style. It was a tight win, 7-6, but I'm proud that I scored the winning goal. Yeah, we're glad to have the 3 points and end the season in style. Yeah, so we just want to appreciate Bet Power for this opportunity. Hope to get more achievements next season.
And tonight, Lubaga Gramen will be aiming for victory against Ediga's youth program, hoping that Chisenyi FC will slip up against Luzira Football Club, as the second spot is up for grabs for an automatic qualification place for the Futsal Super Cup against PAC FC, which will be played on Friday 7th June 2024. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
Now, the Silverfin Academy Swim Club has hosted their 4th pentathlon swim meet after the 5-year absentia. The meet will happen at the Kampala Parent School in Naguru on Saturday, 11th May 2024. Still, we have Mashomero.
The Silverfin Pentathlon is back, bigger and better than before. The global pandemic halted the annual event that started in 2017 and ran for 3 consecutive years. This is the fourth edition, and over 400 swimmers from 20 clubs across Uganda, Kenya and Rwanda will compete in the 50-meter race events of breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle and backstroke, as well as the individual medley race that combines all 4 strokes. Swimmers from all age categories from 6 years will participate. Silverfin captain Ampire Namanya is expecting his teammates to put up a good performance with improved times.
My expectations for this competition is for everyone in the club to make their personal best. We're not really aiming for top positions because we're low in numbers, but we're aiming for personal best as by this year.
The Silverfin Academy administration is thrilled for the swim meet and expect spectators to turn up at the Kampala Parents School in Naguru this Saturday, 11th May 2024.
We are hosting the biggest pentathlon this weekend at Kampala Parents School, and we expect more than 400 swimmers, including clubs from outside the country. We expect Mako Sharks from Rwanda and some other clubs from Kenya. And we invite all swimming clubs in Uganda, come and support us, but also come and have fun.
We are really excited about what we are going to see at the gala. In this edition, we are having all swimmers swimming the 4 strokes plus an individual medley. And we are looking forward to seeing the techniques from the different swimmers. We know that there's been a lot of improvement this year because swimmers are really putting in a lot to ensure that they improve their skill. So we're looking forward to that and we hope that we shall see you there.
Yes, the pentathlon swimming event is going to be a great spectacle this weekend at the Kampala Parents School in Naguru. We just can't wait to see what so many Ugandan athletes will do when they enter the waters. I'm Masha Miro reporting live here in Naguru for UBC News.
$1,000 enumerators, well equipped digitally. We should see a smooth run in the enumeration exercise. But of course, there's a bit of hiccups, and we will be engaging in a dialogue with one James Mwonge. That will be at 10 o'clock. He's the Director of Methodology and Statistical Coordination Services in WOBOS. So we will be talking more on the issues, how the exercise is progressing, the challenges, the triumphs, and what we should expect. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.